Now, is Johannesburg's water system on the verge of collapse? Many parts of the city have been hit by water shortages recently, and the situation seems to be deepening as reservoirs remain constrained. But Joburg Water has reassured residents that the system will not collapse. Let's go to eNCA reporter Bafedile Moerane, who's covering the story. She joins us now live. Bafedile, Joburg Water and Rand Water have made many promises, but I know that you are with a community in Johannesburg that hasn't had water for a while now. Brixton, am I correct?
Certainly, Masejo, the community here is saying for about 8 weeks now they have not had adequate water, and they are saying that they have been in contact with the relevant authorities with no clear answer. So this morning we saw them having to take matters to the streets and having to block the road here, where they actually barricaded the road with burning tires and also other debris, having to say that this is a way for them to call for the mayor's attention to come descend down and address the issue. And what they want at this point in time is nothing but water access from their taps, because for these past 8 weeks they are saying that there have been some trucks that have been deployed by the municipality, but they are not really happy with that because they do not trust that water, mainly because they are afraid that it might have some bacteria. But at this point I'll be joined by the local councillor Ricky Neer, who actually has been in engagement with the residents here. Ricky, what's happening in response from the authorities with regard to water access at this point?
Okay, I've been trying from the morning to get hold of various authorities, from the mayor to the MMC to the general manager of Joburg Water, without any luck. Subsequently, 5 minutes ago, I had the mayor's secretary, a PA, call me, and she's promised some intervention. But I am not really impressed, because promises in the last couple of weeks have not materialized. So I'm not holding out much on what she's promised. But I just want to send this message out. This is totally unfair to the residents of Ward 58. Ward 58, and especially the area of Jan Hofmeyer, Friederdorp, have been hit seriously with water shortages. And it's not fair that for 8 weeks people have had no water. They've got a little, it came on for about an hour or two, and then the next 5 or 6 days you have nothing. But I believe, if I'm trying to correct, that the last 2 weeks, Antiola, we've had no water. Nothing, not a drop of water. And to me it seems like the city is not serious, and Ward 58 seems to be the forgotten ward of the city of Johannesburg.
You're saying this situation has been continuing for years now. Let's talk about the issue of infrastructure. We have seen the officials being sent down here to fix. Do you think there's a huge problem with the infrastructure here?
Definitely. The Ward 58 is some of the oldest suburbs in the city of Joburg. If you go back in history, Fortsburg was the first mining town. So your infrastructure is definitely old. In our experiences over the years, where we've been dealing with City Power, Joburg Water, JRA, you see the condition of the pipes and the infrastructure. It must be over 40, 50 years old. We know, living in this area for over 40 years, there's been no massive upgrade to our infrastructure. Now, to give you an example, those pipes, they may be about 100 or 80 or 100 millimeter diameter of pipes, were put in to supply not more than 10,000 people in the ward. Currently, we may have over 100,000. We have a large number of illegal, undocumented immigrants that live in the area. You get a situation where in one house you may find 40, 50, 60 Malawians living in that house. But the reality of it is they're all using water. They're all using the sewage. So there's a mass demand for water. But the city and the administrators have not kept up with this. Yes, it is not the city's problem about migration, but up to national government, we just allow people uncontrolled into the city. There should be a plan of how we control the migration. And this is not going to get easier. Because if you go to the depots where the Zimbabwean buses and the Malawian buses come in, hundreds of people every day are coming into Ward 58. They use water, they use electricity, they use the sewage. They dump illegally on the streets because they're not provided with bins. So this is why Ward 58 looks like it is, and I hope you turn around and cover a bit behind us where you see the illegal dumping. And it's constantly, it's clean. In all fairness, to pick it up, it's clean. But these suburbs are not meant to house the number of people that is housed. So one of your biggest contributors, other than your lack of infrastructure, is the massive movement of undocumented illegal immigrants into Ward 58, and it has to stop.
Now, without a solution after the residents here took matters to the streets, what's the way forward? Because you're also saying that you are not winning in getting the mayor.
Well, like I say, I'm waiting for the mayor's PA to get back to me and confirm a date. But we are not going to stop. I'm joining my people. We're going to occupy offices of Joburg Water. They can be prepared for us. But tomorrow we're going to occupy the offices, and we're not leaving the offices until we get engineering teams to come out here and find some solutions. Because my problem is, and I've been told by Joburg Water, technically, it's because of high-lying areas. But guys, you cannot have a situation where the people standing here, most of them don't have water, but 2 blocks down the road you have water. 2 blocks, not even 50 meters, 100 meters. So somewhere along the line, Joburg Water needs to bring in engineers. And I've been saying this, if they do not have the capacity, bring in private people from the private sector, but sort out this issue of the water. Because Mr. Mayor, listen up, you may be heading for a civil war if we don't sort out the water crisis in the city of Joburg.
Well, thank you so much. That's the councillor here in Brixton, Masego, having to raise frustrations by residents. But the situation at this point in time, it's still actually not a nice one at this point. I will show you as you see, the residents have gathered here. We're seeing the police officials are also down here, having to say that they are here, having to listen to the residents as to what is the problem and asking them to clear up the road, because for the better part of this morning, traffic has actually been disrupted, and the police are saying that residents should now leave because of the issues of traffic. But the residents are saying, we are waiting for the mayor, we want the mayor to come and address our issue. So for the better part of the day, we have seen traffic actually being disrupted as residents came down here to raise their frustration. You've had the councillor there having to speak about the issues of infrastructure, saying that because of the high influx in the area, infrastructure, the capacity, it's no longer in a good position to can accommodate more and more people who are coming down in this area, Masego. So this is the situation on the ground. We're seeing the police having to be deployed here to monitor the situation as the traffic has actually been disrupted for the better part of this morning.
All right, Bafedile Moerane live for us in Johannesburg. Let's leave it there for now.